Presents Health Beat, tonight at 10.
As we leave Oprah to start a brand new chapter in her life, we start a brand new list of the 10 most fascinating people of the year right now.
Tonight, Barbara Walters presents...
Do you mind when people touch you and push you and kiss you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes it's like too much and I get kind of claustrophobic.
Many people find the thought of you as president a little scary.
Why is that?
So we have put you on our list of the most fascinating people of the year. Do you think you're fascinating?
I think I'm fascinating, yeah.
Please welcome to American Idol, Jennifer Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the show. I've always loved the show. I've always been a huge fan of the show.
You watch?
Oh, yeah.
And the actor goes to Sandra Bullock.
I just have a sense that I know things are going to go bad, so enjoy the moment right now.
Somebody likes to party.
At 88 and a half years old, does one still have sex?
If one gets lucky, I bet they do.
The 10 most fascinating people of 2010.
Welcome to our annual tribute to the 10 most fascinating people of the year. Tonight we have the people we think truly made their mark on 2010, including the most fascinating person of the year. If you've been watching this special since 1993, you know that's a secret until the end. Let's get started. First up, people love her, animals love her. And if aliens arrive tomorrow from outer space, they would love her. This is the year Betty White felt the love. This year, Betty White seemed to be everywhere. In the mud, on Facebook, on her sitcom, Hot in Cleveland.
Oh, I know how to shape what I've got.
In the movies.
Let's see if we can find your boobs. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Being interviewed by everyone.
You work hard, you're in every movie.
Well, I'm such a whore, I can't say no.
Hosting Saturday Night Live.
If there's one thing I'm known for, it's my muffin.
Winning awards.
The Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award.
And winning more awards.
I love it. We all worship at the shrine of Betty White.
But that's not how Betty White sees it. Finish this sentence for me. Betty White is...
overexposed.
Okay, Betty, describe this past year.
It's been a bear. It has really been. It's been full and wonderful. But everybody said, oh, Betty, it's so nice that you have such a nice comeback and that you could... I hate to say it, I've never been away, guys. I've been working steadily for the last 63 years.
She's been on TV since the beginning of TV itself.
Time to say hello again and start our show again and sing a song or two for...
A pioneer who created and produced her own show.
Live with the list.
She played sweet but mischievous housewives. Became a regular on game shows, where she met the love of her life, Alan Ludden.
You can't watch a game show without participating.
Keeps the mind active, which is very important.
And you meet a lot of husbands out there.
Yeah.
She turned a one-night guest spot on the Mary Tyler Moore Show into TV history, playing the woman she calls the neighborhood nympho, Sue Ann Nivens.
Look, Sue Ann, don't do that.
Go ahead, Lou. You're stronger than I am. Pressure advantage.
Then played Naive Rose on The Golden Girls.
I feel so terrific. It's like life is a giant weenie roast, and I'm the biggest weenie.
In all, she's won 7 Emmys.
And the winner is Betty White.
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 Besides work, her great passion has been animals. She's owned dozens of pets over the years, created her own celebrity pet talk show, and is a tireless advocate for animal rights. You've always loved animals. Do you love animals more than people?
The truth?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that, but I really do. I enjoy them more than I enjoy a lot of people. But that doesn't mean I don't like people. I'm just passionate about animals.
You have so much energy. You're in such good shape. Do you exercise? Do you watch your diet?
I have a 2-story house and a very bad memory, and I'm up and down those stairs all the time.
Do you think about age?
Not age itself. And everybody says, but what about death? Because that's coming closer. And my mother had a wonderful philosophy. She said, nobody knows what happens at that moment of death. So whenever we lose anybody in the family, my mom would always say, now he knows the secret. So I kind of find myself thinking, I'm curious and I'll know the secret.
At 88 and a half years old.
I'm 88 3/4 now.
Okay, 88 3/4. How do I put this? Does one still have sex?
If one gets lucky, I bet they do. But I think you're still interested in sex. I certainly do. I think it's an attitude.
Do you have a philosophy by which you live?
I hate to sound square, Barbara, but I always try to get the most out of what I'm living now. My beloved mother and dad would always say, we never want to hear you say, oh, that was so wonderful, I didn't appreciate it at the time, I didn't realize at the time. They said, realize right now, when it's special, realize it as it's happening.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you, Barbara. It's been great to see you
love
again.
seeing you. Thank you. Nice lady. Next up for Betty is a new book called If You Ask Me, which is her take on love, sex, and Hollywood. Moving on. 6 years ago, he was just another college student who couldn't get a date. Today, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is the world's youngest billionaire. With over 500 million users, 1 in every 14 people on the planet, just about everyone knows Facebook. But what about its creator and CEO? A lot of people say Mark Zuckerberg is pretty hard to know, but it's not really that hard. Mark's 26, in a relationship, went to Phillips Exeter and Harvard, has 879 friends, and his interests include eliminating desire and revolutions. But how much can you really know about a person from their Facebook page? Not that you can tell much more about Mark from his public appearances.
People can continually share more information. More and more people want to share information. To give people more power and tools to share information. Information.
Just who Mark Zuckerberg is became a topic of public fascination this year with the release of the movie The Social Network, which portrays him as brilliant but ruthless, an arrogant nerd who can't relate to other human beings.
As for the charges, I believe I deserve some recognition from this board.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Which part?
But is that the real Mark Zuckerberg?
You know, I can promise you, this is my life, so I know it's not that dramatic.
And for a ruthless billionaire, he lives very modestly in a house he rents in Palo Alto, California, with his longtime girlfriend, Priscilla Chan, who's in medical school. He doesn't own a jet or a TV, or have much of a wardrobe. Over the years, he's turned down huge sums to sell Facebook, because he's not done taking it where he wants it to go. Of course, we don't know where that is. According to Mark, it's a world where the open flow of information makes it easier to know the truth and make connections. According to his critics, it's a brave new world where relationships are superficial but abundant. You could say the kind of world where you never have to relate directly to another human being. Either way, it's Mark Zuckerberg's world now, and we're just living in it. If the very thought of our next guest makes your heart pound faster, if the sound of his voice makes you cry uncontrollably, well, let me diagnose you. Baby, 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 you have Bieber fever. This year, Justin Bieber became the new Prince of Pop. 4 American Music Awards, including Artist of the Year.
Justin
Bieber! 2 Grammy nominations, a new book, a 3D movie opening this February about his life, Never Say Never. And of course, what is probably the world's most famous haircut. Let's talk about your hair. Would you ever change it or cut it?
Yeah.
When?
When? I'm gonna cut it probably soon.
My name is Justin. This is how I go.
Justin Bieber's been starring in videos, homemade ones, since childhood.
Forever I believe my word is done. And the stars.
He grew up poor in Stratford, Ontario in Canada. His parents split up when he was 10 months old, and his mother, Patty, raised him. An intensely musical child, Justin taught himself the guitar, the drums, and the piano. At 12, he entered a local singing competition and posted videos from it on YouTube. Usher and Justin Timberlake saw them, and both wanted to sign him. He went with Usher. The result? 6 million albums sold.
You sing with me or what?
So when it all happened, what'd you think?
I just was basically flabbergasted. I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
From low-income housing to flying around the world in private planes.
Yeah.
I met Justin and his mom, with whom he travels, right before a concert in New Jersey. Are you afraid he's growing up too quick, your little boy?
Yeah. I think every mother, you know, feels that way.
Justin was about to perform for a crowd of 15,000 screaming fans. But first, he played for me.
My favorite, my favorite, my favorite, my favorite girl, my favorite girl is Barbara Walters.
Now, your mom tells me she will ground you. I don't know how she grounds you. What kinds of things does she do?
Well, she'll take my computer or my phones, you know, stuff that I really like.
Is she strict?
Yeah, she's really strict.
What do you argue about?
Going places. Like, I'm like, Ma, I'm not like a little baby anymore. Like, I'm 16. Like, I'm not like a grown-up by any means, but, you know, I'm 16. She's scared that I'm growing up.
And he's growing up fast. Recently, a picture of Justin kissing a girl in the backseat of a car was all over the internet.
I didn't even know anyone was taking pictures. It just kind of happened. And I don't know, it's not really weird. Is it weird?
No.
I think every 16-year-old kisses girls, right? So that's nothing out of the ordinary.
No. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
So, you're only 16. What do you do to make sure that you're still a star at 26?
Stay grounded.
Is that what Mom does for you?
Yes. Mom definitely helps me stay grounded. Friends, close friends, help me stay grounded, as well as, you know, God, and just the people I surround myself with.
With every performance, Justin gives something back. His favorite charity, Pencils of Promise, helps underprivileged kids by building schools all around the world. Who would you look at and say, that's someone I'd like to be like?
Probably a mix between Prince and Michael Jackson.
That's pretty ambitious. You write a lot of your own songs, autobiographical. If you were going to write a song about your life right now, what would you call it?
Probably call it This Crazy Life.
You smile, I smile.
Next.
Most of what you did, in general, was drinking, fighting, getting suntanned, hooking up,
I don't even think
fixing your hair.
No. Last episode.
What do you think about those rumors that you have marital problems? You're aware that they're there.
There's also rumors that Trig isn't my son.
Plus, the most fascinating person of the year.
This is my band from the 80s, Looker. Hair and mascara. Lethal combo.
I'm John Haber of Alto Music. My business is all about getting music into people's hands, and the Plum Card from American Express Open helps me do that. You name it, I can buy it. And the savings that we get from the early pay discount has given us money to reinvest back into our business and help quadruple our floor space.
How can the Plum Card's trade terms get your business booming?
Booming is putting more music in more people's hands.
Save on everything you need for all your celebrations at Party City. Football parties, up to 50% off. Cocktail parties, up to 50% off. New Year's Eve parties, up to 50% off. Christmas parties, up to 50% off. Plus, buy one, get one free specials for your holiday party. Right now at Party City. Party City. Nobody has more party for less.
This Christmas,
It's turkey time.
when it comes to family,
I'm watching you. Still.
some people have a gift.
You having a hard time sleeping?
Yeah.
Henry? He's gonna wake up feeling so refreshed.
Little Fockers, rated PG-13.
The scent of Gain Apple Mango Tango makes Ray want to show off his moves. It ain't pretty, but Brenda likes it. Have you Apple Mango Tangoed? Gain. Sniff, sniff. Hooray.
I'm making the gift list. I'm shopping for Aunt Rita. 6 nieces, 4 nephews, a cousin in Chicago, Dallas, LA, New York, Paris. I'm running out of time. I love logistics.
What's cooking at Applebee's? New flavor-loaded steaks, loaded with fresh ingredients and savory sauces, starting at $9.99. Applebee's new flavor-loaded steaks. There's no place like the neighborhood. This holiday season, buy $50 in Applebee's gift cards and get a $10 bonus card free.
Is she awake?
Just fell asleep. Where are you up? It's 2 a.m.
It's not just 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Christmas morning. It's our first Christmas as a family. I couldn't wait.
Save 25% on Citizen watches featuring Echo Drive. It's unstoppable at Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America.
You think she'll remember this Christmas?
I know I will.
Every kiss begins with K.
Arm & Hammer Spin Brush with a unique dual-action head removes up to 70% more plaque in hard-to-reach places. So this holiday, give them something to really smile about. Don't just brush. Spin Brush.
I found it. It's a different kind of retinol.
New Garnier Ultra Lift Moisturizer with pro-retinol from nature. Some retinols can cause irritation.
This is different. It's tough on wrinkles, but gentle on skin.
95% of women saw real wrinkle reduction. New Garnier Ultra Lift.
ABC Sunday starts off with a bang. And ends in a huge holiday bash. ABC's Desperate Housewives, all new Sunday 9/8 Central on ABC.
In the most shocking Bachelor finale ever, Brad let both women go.
I was a broken man.
But Monday, January 3rd, Brad is back.
Oh my God.
And he's a changed man.
More than willing to give you a second chance.
But some of these women are out for blood.
He has no idea what's about to hit him. I have something for you from every woman in America.
Oh! ABC's The Bachelor, season premiere Monday, January 3rd on ABC.
Welcome back. When I think about what you are about to see, I'm reminded that I never got that big interview with Jacqueline Onassis or Greta Garbo, but now I have some consolation. Ladies and gentlemen, my interview with the cast of Jersey Shore.
Walking in the building, I am like intimidated. I'm really nervous. It's freaking Barbara Walters.
I really wanted to make the best impression I possibly could, and because we all know that you only get a first chance to make a first impression.
I see Barbara Walters and I'm like, oh my God, this is like Elvis. It was awesome.
In case you're wondering who these people are, they're Pauly D, Jenny, Ronnie, his girlfriend Sammy, Vinny, Nicole, known as Snooki, and Mike, known as The Situation. In other words, the cast of Jersey Shore. This year's most talked about reality show and the highest rated series in MTV history. On camera, the 7 of them share a beach house where their main activities are tanning, partying, and making out with strangers. So we have put you on our list of the most fascinating people of the year. Do you think you're fascinating?
I think I'm fascinating, yeah. I think we're all just one of a kind. And that's why I think the show has become so huge.
Not to mention hugely controversial. They've been called dumb, crass, crude, rude, violent, classless, profane, oversexed, incessantly inebriated, uneducated, delusional, and overall, a bad example for today's youth. You drink, you use foul language, you hook up, you fight. Do you think that's an accurate portrayal of young people today?
I would like to find one person that says that when they were in their 20s, they didn't go to a bar and have some fun.
The only difference is we had a camera on us. Everybody else parties and stuff, but we were just being filmed during it.
They've also been criticized for misrepresenting Italian Americans. How many of you are Italian American? What do you say to people who say that this is really a very bad picture of Italian Americans, especially the kids?
When Barbara Walters asked us about being Italian, I love that question because it gives me a chance to tell my side of the story. We're just out there having a good time. We're not trying to represent, like I don't represent all Italians. I am Italian.
You represent yourself.
Yeah.
Hello?
Jersey Shore premiered in December 2009. It had low ratings at first, but after a promo showed Snooki getting punched in the face, the show took off. Tell me what each of you were doing before you did the show, because you were virtually unknown. I know you were fired from a fitness center.
I was fired from
you were an underwear model.
a fitness center, and then when I had no money and pretty much nowhere to go, I just followed my dreams, and pretty much I started sending in pictures to be a model.
Snooki?
I was going to school to be a vet tech. I had 1 semester left.
I was a local DJ.
I was just going to college and playing soccer.
I was pre-law, and I graduated with political science.
I own my own real estate company.
I own a graphic design company and a promoter for nightclubs.
Let's go, we're ready, let's go.
Now, they each are said to earn $30,000 an episode. Jenny has her own bronzer and clothing line. Snooki says she's writing a book. And Mike, who appeared on Dancing with the Stars this fall, has a workout video, a book, and his own vodka. He made $10 million this year. So, look, I need a lesson, okay, because you have your own language. So you got to help me. GTL.
When Barbara was speaking in our language, that was freaking awesome.
GTL, what is it?
Gym, tanning, and laundry. It pretty much is an abbreviation for what we would, almost like a schedule of what we would do, you know, first thing when we'd wake up.
Okay. Grenades.
It's an unattractive female.
Unattractive female.
Do you call women grenades to their face?
It's like guy slang. Just fooling around. It's just humorous guy language that really nobody's really intended to hear, but just happens to be there's a camera there.
It's like guy talk.
Okay, smush.
Smush.
Smush. You can see.
It was very funny to hear Barbara say smush.
What's smush?
It's like a hookup.
I see.
It's a simpler way of, nicer way of saying, of hooking up, having sex with somebody.
So you two are smushing?
Oh my goodness.
She's just like, you and Sammy smushing, and I was like, uh-oh. So we corrupted you too. You could say that, yeah.
Wow. Well, I must say this is an interview unlike many that I have done before. But this is a first for me. I thank all of you.
I thank you.
She was very nice, and she's really hot in person.
No, I think I pretty much said everything I had to say, and I think the interview went really well.
I think Barbara would kick our asses at the Jersey Shore. Can I say that? Sorry.
They are something. I don't know what, but they are something. I interviewed this actress back in February, just before she won an Oscar. And I knew then that she would be on our list, because this was such a perfect year for her. Well, maybe perfect isn't the right word. Let's go with fascinating. Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock has never taken herself seriously. But this year, that changed. First, she made The Blind Side, a serious film about a Southern gal who adopts a homeless teen, then helps turn him into an all-American football player.
It's mine?
Yes, sir.
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
In it, she did some serious acting.
Honey, you're changing that boy's life.
No, he's changing mine.
She did not fall down once. And the film won her a bunch of awards, which, being Sandra Bullock, she didn't take too seriously.
I come from a household that's all about hard work. You just work hard. I don't come from a place of one day I will receive accolades. You know,
Which I deserve.
Which I deserve because I've worked so hard.
Yeah.
So I'm just really happy to work, and that's what fills me up. If I can't work at something, that's when I would feel a great loss, not because I didn't get an award.
Even winning the Oscar didn't make Sandra that impressed with herself.
Did I really earn this, or did I just wear you all down?
Actually, she's always said she's a pessimist. You are the sunny girl next door. But you also expect doom all the time.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know if I have a sense of doom or if I just have a sense that I know things are going to go bad, so enjoy the moment right now.
And you'd have to say that dark outlook was justified by what happened next. Just 2 weeks after the Oscars, her husband was exposed as a serial cheater. Sandra dropped out of public view, and her fans wondered how she could come back from it all. And then she did. She divorced her husband and simultaneously announced that she was going forward with the adoption she'd been planning quietly for over a year, a boy she named Louis Bardo. She made her first public appearance.
Let's be honest here. Did I win this for being Entertainer of the Year, or did I win this because of the spectacular IED explosion that became my personal life?
Then a second appearance.
Sandra Bullock!
Where despite the roller coaster events of the year, her irreverent sense of humor was back in full force.
Okay, now that we have done that, can we please go back to normal? Because therapy is really expensive.
Humor and grace in the face of adversity. That's why, even if Sandra Bullock doesn't take herself seriously, we do.
Next.
What's the worst thing anybody ever said about your voice?
Oh, God, what haven't they said about my voice?
Well, if you do not run for president, would you consider doing Dancing with the Stars?
Ah, I'm the biggest klutz in the world. Can you imagine if I did that?
Plus, the most fascinating person of the year.
In your years as U.S. Marshal, how many men have you shot?
Shot or killed?
Tom Cheney killed my father. Now I need somebody to go after him. Can we depart this afternoon?
Wait.
I'm a Texas Ranger.
It is at least a two-man job taking Cheney alive.
I do not regret shooting your father.
What is your intention?
I mean to kill you today.
True Grit.
Help me!
I can do nothing for you, son.
Rated PG-13, December 22nd.
I'll give the greatest at Kohl's biggest Christmas sale with over 250 Power Hour specials late Friday and early Saturday on watches like Relic and Bulova, great frames, and all kitchen electrics. Hurry in to Kohl's biggest Christmas sale Thursday through Saturday. Give, save, and be merry. Kohl's. Expect great things.
We were flattered when Regenerist beat $100 cream. Flabbergasted when we creamed a $500 cream. For under $30, Regenerist Microsculpting Cream hydrates better than 23 of America's most expensive luxury creams. Fantastic, phenomenal Regenerist.
Wow! They're from my garden club up north.
This year, Hallmark has all new ways to say it.
Well, there's the snow you wanted.
Overwhelmed, 50% off. Over-the-top savings that bring over-the-top joy. Priceless. Go to MasterCardMarketplace.com for daily overwhelming offers at 50% off.
'Tis the season for
One Day Wonder Boys.
$5, that's all. $5, Saturday only.
I'm so warm and fuzzy.
Please pullovers for the family, $5. Saturday only at Old Navy.
Hi, little guy.
Take a seat. Someone will be with you in 28 days.
You'd never wait that long. So why wait 28 days for new releases? Blockbuster has hot new titles like Inception and Night and Day. 28 days before Netflix and Redbox. Rent them in-store, by mail, stream on demand, and on the go. Blockbuster. Less waiting, more watching.
Out of hundreds of doctors, I picked you 3.
You realize we're objectifying one of the greatest humanitarians of our time?
Just admiring his credentials.
I'm not a surgeon.
Here, you're anything I need you to be.
You just crossed the line.
Ah, forget the language.
When it comes to medicine, this place is like the Wild West. You never know what the jungle's gonna throw at you.
If there was ever somewhere to start over, it's right here.
ABC's Off the Map. Series premiere Wednesday, January 12th on ABC.
We're back. And so, in a way, is our next guest. Actress, singer, dancer, judge, Jennifer Lopez.
Please welcome to American Idol, Jennifer Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the show. I've always loved the show. I've always been a huge fan of the show.
You watch?
Total backseat judge in my house, in front of the TV. Oh, yeah.
You're joining it is very big news. Why did you want to join the show?
When they first offered to me, I was like, no. And then I thought to myself, I'll be at home with the babies. It just seemed like, wow, we can have like a little bit of a normal life for like 7 months. That would be fun.
Jennifer is the first A-list, fashion icon, red carpet movie star to ever be a judge on American Idol. You know, there were the critics who said, oh, she's going to be a diva.
It's ridiculous. It really is. You know,
you're not demanding this or that. And
no, not at all.
You're a pussycat?
I'm not a pussycat, but I'm a good girl. I just go to work and act very professional, and I always have been, and I pride myself in that.
She's been on Idol before as a mentor.
I just gotta like bite all the words like that now.
But now she, along with rock star Steven Tyler, will be judges, trying to fill the shoes of Idol's meanest judge, Simon Cowell.
You sucked the soul out of that song. You did. Sucked it out.
Can you be mean enough? Honest enough?
I can be honest, but I don't like being mean. I don't like when people are mean to me. So I don't want to be mean to anybody.
And there ain't no doubt about it. There ain't no doubt about it. I'm in love.
What's the worst thing anybody ever said about your voice? When you
Oh God, what haven't they said about my voice? I mean, I think the general kind of thing was just like, you know, that I didn't have a voice. And that kind of played on my confidence in the beginning a lot. And then I just had to realize that 40, 50 million records doesn't lie.
But that kind of stardom seems like an impossible dream from where Jennifer Lopez began. She was born in 1969 and grew up a star-struck child in a Puerto Rican South Bronx neighborhood. She broke out first as a dancer on In Living Color, then as an actress in Selena, and then as a singer with her first album, On the Six. There was movie after movie, hit song after hit song, and back-to-back tabloid romances. She dated Sean Puffy Combs, and her engagement to Ben Affleck generated so much publicity it needed its own name, Bennifer. But that all changed in 2004 with her marriage to singer Mark Anthony.
He's a very private person. You know, I was kind of living my life out loud and not really caring about what anybody said. And I remember he told me, you don't have to live like this.
For the last few years, she's been largely out of the public eye, home taking care of her twins, Emmy and Max. Now she and the twins are part of a Gucci campaign that's donating $1 million to UNICEF. And she has a new album coming out next year called Love.
Love came from my questions about love and life. And I think the babies had a lot to do with that when the babies were born. And I felt that love and that unconditional love. I was like, okay, this is what it's supposed to be.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Wow, in 10 years? I don't know. I see everything bigger.
Bigger than life. Jennifer Lopez is back in the spotlight. Here's a riddle. What weighs 250 pounds, is 6 feet 8 inches tall, worth tens of millions of dollars, and makes lots of people happy or angry, depending on where you live? Okay, that was an easy one. LeBron James. It might have been the best reality show of the year. Superstar LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers was about to change the NBA's balance of power. He was a free agent shopping for a team, and everyone wanted him, including the governor of Ohio, who sang his praises. The mayor of New York basically begged.
Come on, LeBron.
Even the president weighed in on behalf of Chicago.
You know, you could see LeBron fitting in pretty well.
It was a hard choice for LeBron. He was born in nearby Akron, and Cleveland was home.
And this is a great city. These fans are unbelievable. They've seen me grow from a young man at age 18 to a grown man now at 25 too. So, you know, they've given me a lot.
And LeBron had given Cleveland a lot. They were the worst team in the league when they drafted him straight out of high school.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
During 7 years, LeBron led the Cavaliers to 5 playoffs, but no championships. His fans called him King James, but even a king can't win all on his own. And when his contract expired this summer, the question was, would he stay or go? LeBron played out his personal drama for weeks.
ESPN special presentation, The Decision.
Then in July, LeBron made his announcement.
In the history of the league, we have never seen this.
Not in a press conference, but in a self-produced 1-hour globally broadcast special.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami went wild. They had just signed superstars Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Now they and LeBron had a good shot at an NBA title. But for Cleveland, it was a painful rejection.
I'm a big LeBron fan, and this is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me.
And for sports fans everywhere, it was a bittersweet morality tale in which loyalty couldn't compete with glory.
Ever since I was a kid, I was always a winner. I won at every level, won championships at every level, and you know, it won't be fulfilled until I win it at the highest level.
Next.
Are you ever in doubt?
I don't have a whole lot of time to be doubtful.
Plus, the most fascinating person of the year.
Twas a day in Jellystone, and all through the woods, 2 very hungry creatures were eyeing campers' goods.
Get ready to break the picnic carrier! On the other hand...
Yogi Bear in 3D, rated PG, in theaters December 17th.
Ring, 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 ring. Progresso. Hi. We love your Weight Watchers endorsed soups, but my husband looks the way he did 20 years ago. Well, that's great. You haven't seen it. But my other can's ringing. Progresso.
Hey, can you tell my wife to relax and enjoy the view?
Progresso, you gotta taste this soup.
My new Windows phone can go from my pocket to taking a picture in seconds. What up, Dave? I just point, shoot, and post to Facebook. So instead of fumbling to open my camera app like Dave here, I can put my phone away and open my parachute. Open yours, Dave! Hey, is it cool if I date Emily when you're... Never mind.
Buy any Windows phone and get a second one free. So get your holiday on at AT&T.
When the visitors arrived, they said they came in peace. They lied.
I will take you down. No one can comprehend the magnitude of what is coming.
ABC's V. They return Tuesday, January 4th at 9/8 Central on ABC. This is an ABC 7 News Brief.
I'm Ron Majors. Coming up at 10, round 1 of the snow is hitting tonight. Jerry's tracking that and has the latest on the weekend winter storm. In our Health Beat special segment, how cold hands could be the sign of a serious health problem. Plus the fans lining up to pay tribute to Cubs great Ron Santo tonight. And protesters in London attacked the car carrying Prince Charles. We'll have a look at those stories and more when you join us right here tonight at 10.
I was registering my Citi card for the holiday sweepstakes when I got this toy from my colleague in Japan. Turns out Robosan was the hottest toy of the year.
Robosan 4000 is sold out across...
I was going to sell it online and make a fortune. But then, I won a $1,000 prepaid card just because I used my Citi card. So I made a decision. If Citi could surprise me, why not do the same for someone else?
Register and use your card for a chance to win a prepaid card worth up to $10,000. What's your story? Citi can help you write it.
Coucou, mademoiselle. Chanel.
At Carson Perry Scott.
And now, she's young, she's beautiful, she's marrying a prince. Who does she think she is, the Queen of England? Well, not yet anyway. A few weeks ago, we decided Kate Middleton was fascinating. On the occasion of Prince William's engagement to Kate Middleton, it might be appropriate to review rules for marrying a prince. 1. Dress up. 2. Learn to wear strange hats with dignity. 3. Get along with your boyfriend's family. 4. Stay in shape. 5. Do what he does. Be athletic, hunt and ski. Be social. Go to nightclubs. But make sure you look good when you leave at 3 a.m. In fact, be impeccably groomed at all times. Be loyal. Be patient. Work, but not too seriously. Endure the press. Do not be too much like your boyfriend's mother. And above all, do not say anything embarrassing. In fact, do not say anything at all. That's the formula that Kate Middleton followed for 9 years, and it all paid off last month.
It's quite a daunting prospect.
Daunting is an understatement. Marrying into this family does not ensure a happy ending. They're not lucky in love, the Windsors. The royal weddings represent decades of bad choices. Giving up true love in the name of duty definitely doesn't work. Marrying girls who like to have fun ends badly. Marrying the appropriate virgin, that's a disaster. In choosing Kate Middleton, William has made his break with the past. Although she grew up affluent and attended posh boarding schools, Kate is a commoner, not an aristocrat. She and William have been together since their college days. In fact, have lived together for years. No one knows better than William what happens to a woman unprepared for the rigidity of royal life and the constant scrutiny.
Her and her family, I really want to make sure that they have the best sort of guidance and chance to see what life has been like, or what life is like in the family, and that's kind of almost why I have been waiting this long, is I wanted to give her a chance to see and to back out if she needed to.
On April 29th next year, William and Kate will marry, and how she handles the challenge will define who she is. Next, this powerful woman has a new best-selling book, a hit documentary TV series, and is standing center stage in the national spotlight. We released a tiny portion of my interview with Sarah Palin several weeks ago, and it made news around the world. Here's the rest. Well, here are the big questions. You have said that you would run for president if, quote, there is no one else to do it. But of course, there will be other candidates. Will you run for president?
I will run for president if I believe that I have the best shot to win the race. I would run if I believe that other candidates willing to put themselves forward in the name of public service, if they don't have a shot at winning, I would offer myself up.
So, will you go through the primaries?
I'm looking at the lay of the land now and trying to figure that out, if it's a good thing for the country, for the discourse, for my family, if it's a good thing.
If you ran for president, could you beat Barack Obama?
I believe so.
Well, you know, Governor, many people find the thought of you as president a little scary. You hear, oh, she's very charming, but she's uninformed. What are they afraid of?
You know, I hear the comment out there that's made often that I'm polarizing. And so I'm surprised that you didn't use that word.
Okay, I used it. You're polarizing. Okay.
Why is that? I think it's because the media has shaped that persona and allowed that to be out there as a misconception and a misperception about what my values are and what the positions are that I support.
What about the accusation that you're uninformed?
That, too, I think is something that's been pretty much ginned up by the press.
Well, let me try this. Would you like to tell us what newspapers, magazines, or books you are reading right now?
Right now, oh, I'm reading the best book right now, Dean Carzo's book about being an ultramarathoner. But I read a lot of C.S. Lewis when I want some divine inspiration. I read Newsmax and Wall Street Journal. I read all of our local papers, of course, in Alaska, because that's where my heart is. That issue that I don't read or that I'm not informed, it's one of those questions where I like to turn that around and ask the reporters, why would it be that there is that perception that I don't read?
Part of it was the interview with Katie Couric.
Yeah, one interview where I rolled my eyes and I had a flippant answer back to her, and because of that one episode, that would turn an issue into what it has become over the last 2 years. I think that's ridiculous.
Some Republicans are angry with you. They say that you threw your considerable weight behind inexperienced candidates, and as a result, it's your fault that the Republicans didn't take the Senate.
Aren't these boys just silly with their accusation that Sarah Palin, the hockey mom from Wasilla, cost the United States Senate power base? No, the GOP wasn't close to winning the Senate. A lot of those accusations, though, came from anonymous sources. You know, they want to be known as such powerful characters, but they are impotent and limp, and they are weak. They hide behind somebody's skirts, and they won't even put their name to the accusations.
Okay, tell me about Todd.
Todd is my everything. We've been married for 22 years, and he's my best friend, and I'm very thankful to have him as my husband.
Do you know how I communicated and got you to do this interview?
It was probably through Todd.
I emailed Todd.
Okay, good, yeah. See, that's why I'm sitting here, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know Todd is here. Would he join us?
Todd?
Wherever you are, come join us.
Oh, he'll probably say he's not dressed for it or something, but he is.
Well, I know
yes, you are.
How are you? How nice to see you. Come sit.
Oh, good.
All right.
Okay. Do you want her to be president?
You know, she's definitely qualified to be president, and yeah, I'd love for her to be president if she decided to run.
What do you think about those rumors that you have marital problems?
There's also rumors that Trigg isn't my son. And there's also rumors that that Track went to Iraq to avoid jail. And there's constant rumors out there about us. I saw on the cover of a tabloid that we were getting a $20 million divorce. And I called Todd when I was in the grocery checkout line. When I saw it, I said, Todd, I can't believe the cover of this magazine. This is what it says. And Todd says, 20 million bucks? Write me a check.
Todd, give me 3 words that describe Sarah Palin.
She's a great wife, good mother, loves her country, and she's such a great example for our family and other families.
It's more than 3 words, but thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Governor, give me 3 words that describe Sarah Palin.
Determined, patriotic, and faithful.
The most fascinating person of the year when we return.
Did Dad go to Jared for the Pandora bracelet like we told him? I can't tell.
Oh, honey.
Oh, yeah. He went to Jared.
He totally went to Jared.
Celebrate life's unforgettable moments with Pandora charms and bracelets. Now at Jared, where you'll find a fabulous Pandora selection.
Aww. They are so cute at that age.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
At Wendy's, we start with a whole russet potato. Naturally, we slice it, then sprinkle it with sea salt and serve it hot and crispy for a taste that's as real as it gets. Wendy's new natural cut fries with sea salt.
You know when it's real.
Isabella Swan, I promise to love you forever.
The #1 DVD in America.
You wouldn't have to change for me.
Is the perfect holiday gift.
You'll always be my Bella.
The Twilight Saga Eclipse, available now.
Tried everything for dark circles? Try this. New Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle Roller. The first 2-in-1 eye roller. Refreshing eye care with caffeine. Tinted minerals conceal instantly. Dark circles? Here's my secret. New Anti-Dark Circle Roller.
Save big this Friday and Saturday at Toys R Us. Get our lowest prices of the season. Doorbusters start Friday 3 p.m. to midnight and Saturday 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. And buy one, get one 50% off all video games. Only at Toys R Us, where kids are a big deal.
Friday, what would you do if you saw a very pregnant woman?
Can I get another tequila straight up?
Not just drinking.
I'm drinking for 2.
But getting drunk.
When you get drunk, your baby gets drunk.
So, what would you do? Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
For some doctors,
I'm not a surgeon.
Here, anything I need you to be.
there are no boundaries.
You just crossed the line.
What line?
ABC's Off the Map series premiere Wednesday, January 12th on ABC.
Introducing HBO Go, now available from AT&T Uverse. Now you're just a click away from the newest way to watch HBO, right on your computer. With HBO Go, you get unlimited access to over 600 hours of everything HBO. You can watch all your HBO favorites online, anytime, now available in brilliant HD. So what are you waiting for? Start watching now on HBOGo.com. HBO Go is free with your HBO subscription from AT&T Uverse.
Long before Dorothy dropped in, 2 other girls met in the land of Oz in Wicked.
So if you care to find me, look to the western sky.
Wicked, the most popular show in Chicago history, has just been named the best musical of the decade by Entertainment Weekly. Naughty or nice, tickets to Wicked make the perfect holiday gift. Now at the Cadillac Palace Theater through January 23rd only. Visit BroadwayInChicago.com today.
4 pounds of coffee, please.
Have a great day.
This'll do it.
Holiday cheer runs on Dunkin' Coffee. Get 4 pounds for just $19.99. Only at Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
Save big this Friday and Saturday at Toys R Us. Get our lowest prices of the season. Doorbusters start Friday 3 p.m. to midnight and Saturday 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. And buy one, get one 50% off all video games. Only at Toys R Us, where kids are a big deal.
Our pick for the most fascinating person of the year is an American hero. In life, it seems there are people who break things and people who fix them. This man is a fixer. Earlier this year, this consummate soldier who was looking forward to fading away got a call from the White House. And faster than you can say Afghanistan, General David Petraeus was back in harm's way. If you had to fight a war in Afghanistan, a country which has defeated every foreign army that ever entered it, you would probably want the smartest, toughest, most rational, competent, and realistic leader you could find. In other words, General David Petraeus. That's who President Obama turned to this summer.
I'm pleased to nominate General David Petraeus to take command in Afghanistan, which will allow us to maintain the momentum and leadership that we need to succeed.
Petraeus is a different kind of general, fighting a different kind of war.
In a counterinsurgency, the human terrain is the decisive terrain.
He believes that wars like Iraq and Afghanistan can't be won with bullets alone. They're battles fought for hearts and minds, fought by teaching farmers new techniques, opening schools, helping businesses grow, keeping the peace so life can go on and people have something to fight for. And they're fought following the Petraeus Doctrine, which holds that innocent civilians should not be shot, even at the cost of letting the enemy escape.
It's okay that some of the Taliban got away. What we're after is increasing security for the population, not trying to kill or capture every single Taliban in the country.
After all, it's hard to win the hearts and minds of people you're shooting at. That's not what being a general meant in 1974, when David Petraeus graduated from West Point. He married the daughter of West Point's commander, rose up through the ranks, earned a PhD at Princeton in international relations, got his first combat post in 2003, where he put his approach into action. His battalion was the only one to lower violence in Iraq. He argued for his ideas with other generals, breaking the chain of command. That got him exiled to a training center in Kansas. Then the Army decided he was right. And in 2007, with Iraq falling into violent chaos, Petraeus was asked to return. Petraeus proposed the surge. It was wildly unpopular. He fought for it, and it worked. In the military, he's a kind of rock star, but Afghanistan is the ultimate test. To succeed, he'll have to bring a measure of peace to this war-torn country, keep it from becoming a launching pad for terrorists again, and make good the sacrifices so many have made and are still making. A lot depends on General Petraeus and his combination of humanity and strength. And that, for us, makes him the most fascinating person of 2010.
Barbara will be back in a moment.
Next at 10, the outpouring of love for the late Ron Santo that his son says would amaze him. Also, what's behind the shock and fear on the faces of Prince Charles and Camilla.
And how much more snow we can expect tonight and over the weekend.
Thanks to you, she's walking.
Thanks to you, he's playing.
Thanks to you, they're living.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting to save the lives of children in communities all across America.
We've changed how the world treats brain tumors, sickle cell, and leukemia.
And no family is ever turned away because they can't pay.
At St. Jude, we never stop searching for cures, ever.
Our groundbreaking research today could save the life of a child you know tomorrow. So if you have healthy children, give thanks.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Da las gracias.
Give thanks for the healthy kids in your life and give to those who are not. Go to stjude.org or shop wherever you see our magnifying glass.
In the mall, when you're shopping, budgets burst, they're popping. The stuff that you love with prices above what any normal human wants to pay.
There's a better way to do your gifting.
Get designer handbags you'll adore. Gorgeous cashmere sweaters, it's uplifting. To leave them all, pay way less and still get more.
You know, Beverly Sills, the great opera singer, was also a dear friend of mine. And many years before she passed away, she gave me this ring. Inscribed on it is this phrase, "I did that already." Well, I've been at this TV game a few years, and I can tell you that 2 separate one-hour specials on the same evening is something I have never done before, and now I know why. I hope you enjoyed these programs. As for me, I'm going to go home and sleep 10 hours straight. Good night.
Hurry to JCPenney this Friday and Saturday to save on all your holiday gifts. Get in early Saturday for 7-hour steals. Surprise her with 70% off gold jewelry. Save on women's coats, just $59.99. Get 60% off men's coats and 60% off kids' coats. Plus, spend more, earn more with JCP Cash. That's $10, $15, or $20 off. Unlike other stores, we don't make you come back to save. Don't miss huge holiday savings at JCPenney. Go to jcp.com to see everything on sale. New list, new gifts, who knew? JCPenney.
Yeah, but opposite hand. So it's like this hand, and go that way. And then this hand go this way. That's it. Oh.
Switch the arms out front, lean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you with that dirty ride. Ain't nobody seen with my bro from on the side. He go by Bubba and he hit that different country. Okay, I ain't from Dallas, but I need town boogie. I show my moves on the everybody trying to do.
Just ahead.
Hands, Health Beat, tonight at 10.
As we leave Oprah to start a brand new chapter in her life, we start a brand new list of the 10 most fascinating people of the year right now.
Tonight, Barbara Walters presents.
Do Do you mind when people touch you and push you and kiss you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes it's like too much and I get kind of claustrophobic.
Many people find the thought of you as president a little scary.
Why is that?
So we have put you on our list of the most fascinating people of the year. Do you think you're fascinating?
I think I'm fascinating, yeah.
Jennifer Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the show. I've always loved the show. I've always been a huge fan of the show.
You watch?
Oh, yeah.
And the actor goes to Sandra Bullock.
I just have a sense that I know things are going to go bad, so enjoy the moment right now.
Somebody likes to party.
At 88 and a half years old, does one still have sex?
If one gets lucky, I bet they do.
The 10 most fascinating people of 2010.
Welcome to our annual tribute to the 10 most fascinating people of the year. Tonight we have the people we think truly made their mark on 2010, including the most fascinating person of the year. If you've been watching this special since 1993, you know that's a secret until the end. Let's get started. First up, people love her, animals love her. And if aliens arrive tomorrow from outer space, they would love her. This is the year Betty White felt the love. This year, Betty White seemed to be everywhere. In all, she's won 7 Emmys.
And the winner is Betty White.
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 Besides work, her great passion has been animals. She's owned dozens of pets over the years, created her own celebrity pet talk show, and is a tireless advocate for animal rights. You've always loved animals. Do you love animals more than people?
The truth?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that, but I really do. I enjoy them more than I enjoy a lot of people. But that doesn't mean I don't like people. I'm just passionate about animals.
You have so much energy. You're in such good shape. Do you exercise? Do you watch your diet?
I have a 2-story house and a very bad memory, and I'm up and down those stairs all the time.
Do you think about age?
Not age itself. And everybody says, but what about death?
Yeah.
Because that's coming closer. And my mother had a wonderful philosophy. She said, nobody knows what happens at that moment of death. So whenever we'd lose anybody in the family, my mom would always say, now he knows the secret. So I kind of find myself thinking, I'm curious, and I'll know the secret.
At 88 and a half years old.
I'm 88 3/4 now.
Okay, 88 and 3/4. How do I put this? Does one still have sex?
If one gets lucky, I bet they do. I think you're still interested in sex. I certainly do. I think it's an attitude.
Do you have a philosophy by which you live?
I hate to sound square, but I always try to get the most out of what I'm living now. My beloved mother and dad would always say, we never want to hear you say, oh, that was so wonderful. I didn't appreciate it at the time. I didn't realize at the time. They said,
he's not done taking it where he wants it to go. Of course, we don't know where that is. According to Mark, it's a world where the open flow of information makes it easier to know the truth and make connections. According to his critics, it's a brave new world where relationships are superficial but abundant. You could say the kind of world where you never have to relate directly to another human being. Either way, it's Mark Zuckerberg's world now, and we're just living in it. If the very thought of our next guest makes your heart pound faster, if the sound of his voice makes you cry uncontrollably, well, let me diagnose you. Baby, 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 you have Bieber fever. This year, Justin Bieber became the new Prince of Pop. 4 American Music Awards, including Artist of the Year.
Justin
Bieber! 2 Grammy nominations, a new book, a 3D movie opening this February about his life, Never Say Never. And of course, what is probably the world's most famous haircut. Let's talk about your hair. Would you ever change it or cut it?
Yeah.
When?
When? I'm gonna cut it probably soon.
My name is Justin. This is how I go.
Justin Bieber's been starring in videos, homemade ones, since childhood.
Forever I believe my word is done. And the stars...
He grew up poor in Stratford, Ontario in Canada. His parents split up when he was 10 months old, and his mother, Patty, raised him. An intensely musical child, Justin taught himself the guitar, the drums, and the piano. In the mud, on Facebook, on her sitcom, Hot in Cleveland.
Oh, I know how to shape what I've got.
In the movies.
Let's see if we can find your boobs. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Being interviewed by everyone.
You work hard, you're in every movie.
Well, I'm such a whore, I can't say no.
Hosting Saturday Night Live.
If there's one thing I'm known for, it's my muffin.
Winning awards.
The Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award.
And winning more awards.
I love it. We all worship at the shrine of Betty White.
But that's not how Betty White sees it. Finish this sentence for me. Betty White is...
overexposed.
Okay, Betty, describe this past year.
It's been a bear. It has really been. It's been full and wonderful. But everybody said, oh, Betty, it's so nice that you have such a nice comeback and that you could... I hate to say it, I've never been away, guys. I've been working steadily for the last 63 years.
She's been on TV since the beginning of TV itself.
Time to say hello again and start our show again and sing a song or two for...
A pioneer who created and produced her own show.
Live with the list.
She played sweet but mischievous housewives. Became a regular on game shows, where she met the love of her life, Alan Ludden.
You can't watch a game show without participating.
Keeps the mind active, which is very important.
And you meet a lot of husbands out there.
Yeah.
She turned a one-night guest spot on the Mary Tyler Moore Show into TV history, playing the woman she calls the neighborhood nympho, Sue Ann Nivens.
Look, Sue Ann, don't do that.
Go ahead, Lou. You're stronger than I am. Pressure advantage.
Then played Naive Rose on The Golden Girls.
I feel so terrific. It's like life is a giant weenie roast, and I'm the biggest weenie. Realize right now, when it's special, realize it as it's happening.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you, Barbara. It's been great to see you
love
again.
seeing you. Thank you. Nice lady. Next up for Betty is a new book called If You Ask Me, which is her take on love, sex, and Hollywood. Moving on. 6 years ago, he was just another college student who couldn't get a date. Today, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is the world's youngest billionaire. With over 500 million users, 1 in every 14 people on the planet, just about everyone knows Facebook. But what about its creator and CEO? A lot of people say Mark Zuckerberg is pretty hard to know, but it's not really that hard. Mark's 26, in a relationship, went to Phillips Exeter and Harvard, has 879 friends, and his interests include eliminating desire and revolutions. But how much can you really know about a person from their Facebook page? Not that you can tell much more about Mark from his public appearances.
People can continually share more information. More and more people want to share information. To give people more power and tools to share information. Information.
Just who Mark Zuckerberg is became a topic of public fascination this year with the release of the movie The Social Network, which portrays him as brilliant but ruthless, an arrogant nerd who can't relate to other human beings.
As for the charges, I believe I deserve some recognition from this board.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Which part?
But is that the real Mark Zuckerberg?
You know, I'm not going to promise you, this is my life, so I know it's not that dramatic.
And for a ruthless billionaire, he lives very modestly in a house he rents in Palo Alto, California, with his longtime girlfriend, Priscilla Chan, who's in medical school. He doesn't own a jet or a TV, or have much of a wardrobe. Over the years, he's turned down huge sums to sell Facebook because he